Good evening, my darling batlings, and good evening to you especially, Gig. I finally got filled in on who you are. You're one of Nico's buddies, and any friend of Nico's is welcome here. Sorry about the confusion last time. So, once again, tonight we're going to be doing Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I'm joined tonight by JKR once again, as per usual.
Hey.
Now, you know, before we get into tonight's festivities, we just had, like, a new debut of some of the new Hololive EN talents. And, I look at one of them in particular, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, and I see her do a magnificent heart, like, fucking, heartstring-tugging cover of Skyfall. And I have to say, JKR, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Ari. But how the hell are we gonna trash Tesla Cyberbus at this hour?
Very carefully is the answer to that. But, yeah, I think I might have someone I'm interested in for the first time in a few Hololive generations. As far as the EN talent goes, I don't have it. I'm not to disparage their English talent, but like everything after Gen 1 to me has just kind of been like, oh, that's there, as opposed to something I've actively followed. But throw someone at me who has a beautiful operatic singing voice with amazing vocal control, and I'm like, be still, my beating heart. It also helps that she's British. So she's got, and she's British and she's a knight. So, you know, I love a woman who can kick my ass.
Ah, it warms the cockles of my cold metallic heart.
Okay, the less I know about your cockles, the better. I also was reminded recently that, speaking of the Holo EN talent, our original Holo EN girl, Gargura, had a birthday recently, apparently. And, like, she's had probably the most outfits of any of the Hololive talent. Makes sense, because she's, like, their highest earner, so she can afford to constantly get new outfits. And I would have to say, like, I know you're not too familiar with Gura, JKR, because you don't actively follow the Hololive scene like I do.
No,
but if you were to just look up, like, some of Gargura's outfits and see which one's your favorite, my favorite would have to be her Halloween outfit, which the fandom has taken to calling Gargool. You get the pun with Gargura and Gargool?
I get it.
Gargoyle these nuts.
Fuck off!
You walked right into that one, buddy.
Yes. Yes, I did. And I hate you for it.
Okay, that's enough foreplay. Time to get into the main course. And to do that and launch up the... Yes. What, do you not want to do Sly Cooper tonight? Do you have a better idea?
Hey. Honestly, no.
But in order to launch my game launcher on my PS2, because it has a little trouble reading discs sometimes, I hacked the memory card to make it so, like, I go into the memory card reading screen and I exit out and it launches this, so it can play games from a hard drive that's hooked up to a Raspberry Pi. Because I know I'm going to get someone that asks me, is this on original hardware or is this emulation? It's original hardware, but I'm playing it off of a hard drive.
Yeah.
There we go. And this also allows me to, as I've explained last time, I'll explain again. This allows me to play fan-hacked versions of Sly Cooper that remove the awful motion blur that the original PS2 versions have.
Oh, yeah. Why is it?
That's part of the loading sequence when loading from a hard drive.
I see, okay. I thought something was wrong there for a second.
No, not this time for once. I just jinxed myself by saying that.
I blame myself, honestly, because I was the one who started. I was the one who brought it up, so that's my fault. Paris, France, 4:20 a.m.
One of the two best times of the day to enjoy some of the devil's lettuce.
Smoke weed every day.
Hey, it's 420 somewhere.
Yeah, right?
You'll be here lurking. Fine enough with me, Gigibus, or you go by Gig for short, right? Just want to make sure I'm referring to you correctly. And when we last left off, we were going after Mugshot, and we had just unleashed a car that broke through the wall of his casino.
Okay, we'll call you Gig then. I swear my eyes are bad for a second. For a split second, I read that as Gig. The next second, I read it as Pig. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to do a fucking double take to make sure I read that correctly. Doesn't help when you whack yourself in the eye. That didn't help. Yeah.
JKR, what'd I tell you about being careful when whacking? Do you need someone to help you whack?
Well, you know, here's the thing. I was about to take Witchy for her walk, and as usual, you know, one of the things I do is, when I'm getting her ready, I have her harness attached to a belt leash because I don't trust myself not to drop her leash. Happened once before, never again. But yeah, so I was bending down to, you know, let her out of her pen, and the next thing I know, like, she goes back to eating her food that she didn't even touch, mind you, before. She didn't touch her food before, so now she's finally decided to eat. So she's nibbling a little bit, so of course, out of habit, I, you know, throw the leash over my shoulder. Without thinking, one of the clips from the harness hit me straight in the eye.
There's a lever that summons the elevator, but you need all 7 keys to open it up.
Just remember, everyone, be careful when whacking. You don't want to whack yourself off.
Yeah, it fucking hurt, Timo.
Also, hi, Timo. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the day-long build-up to the doubtlessly pleasing climax that was Werno.
I still like the joke that you gave me, Timo.
Speaking of songs by Rick Astley, did you know that if you listen to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, and then you listen to Robo's theme from Chrono Trigger, they're basically the exact same song? I'm not joking. Anyone who's a fan of Chrono Trigger, look it up.
Oh, jeez. Yes, Timo. Social media at its finest. Oh, God. Hey Ari, did you hear about Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter merging?
What's the punchline? F YouTube?
Yeah, it's a new social. It's they're merging into one social platform called YouTwitface.
Oh.
You can thank Timo for that.
I'm gonna have, depending on if Lulu shows up tonight, I might have to rethink the rules of our impending next You Laugh, You Lose challenge, just so I can allow myself to subject her to all 3. So far, there's probably gonna be 4, but it's not out yet. Parts of Fesh Pints.
Oh, jeez.
Currently our time limit is, like, videos can be no longer than 5 minutes.
You'll need something super heavy, like that big wrecking ball up there.
But, I kind of want to bend the rules a bit so I can get away with subjecting her to, depending on how many I put in there, up to an hour of YouTube poop in one sitting.
I still can't wait for the old commercial chaos business we're going to be doing.
Yeah, it won't be called Commercial Chaos, because that was already taken by Vinny.
Oh, obviously. I'm just saying that's what, that's what I'm calling it until you come up with a better name for it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to top that name.
Yeah.
Then again, if there's anything if the rumors about Vinny are true, he is known to be hard to top. I don't know where I'm going with that. Advertisement anarchy, that could be another one.
That's a good one, yeah.
I got one for you, which I'm totally not stealing from a YouTube pooper who does YouTube poops of old retro advertisements. Ads holes.
Oh, jeez.
I totally didn't steal that from the Noise Puppet YouTube. Was it Noise Puppet or CS188? I can't remember which. Either way, advertisements up your ads hole.
I think you might be right.
You know, since we're playing, a pretty notorious furry bait game tonight, I think it's only appropriate that I bring up the new Doobus Goobus Sonic animation that I subjected JKR to before stream. He finally tackles the, I was going to say elephant, but more bunny in the room that is Vanilla the Rabbit. And he got to do it as part of the newest Sonic Shorts compilation, which, that's a pretty big deal for, internet animation. Sonic Shorts has been around for a long time. I think since, like, the Newgrounds days, if I remember correctly. I may be confusing it with a different series of Sonic Short animations done by collectives of animators. Anyway, fun fact, did you know that Sly Cooper is not called Sly Cooper in all territories? Or at least the first game isn't.
Seriously?
Yeah, in the UK, it was called Sly Raccoon.
Why do I get the feeling Cooper is a rude word in Britain?
It's probably some like really obscure, like fucking ancient rude word that everyone's forgotten.
Yeah.
But there's just enough geriatric people on the ratings boards to be like, oh no, you can't call it that. That is a rude phrase.
Yeah, like, I would say slag is not that.
Nah, that's
old,
still
but
very
it's like-
commonly used in the UK.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I would say, why the hell would you change slag? But then again, I'm like, you know, if it's still an active word in the UK, then yeah, I can understand why you had to change it to slug. So that's understandable. Besides, honestly, if you think about it, slug sounds better anyway.
Yeah. It's better than when they tried calling him Slog.
No, that was sludge. They tried calling slog.
Oh, yeah. Then what they call slag before they started calling him Slug?
They were recycling names. Of all things, they actually used snarl as a possible name. But you know,
yeah.
so snarl was because like they thought, oh yes, snarl's not in this episode or in this series at all, so we'll just call him Snarl. And even Animated actually made reference to the name change. Like in season 3 of Animated, when they finally do give that Dinobot a name aside from Grimlock, Scrapper the Constructicon is like, I was going to call him Slag, but it just made him angry. So.
See, I've still got quite a few blue bottles to find around here. I need to get back to working on my commercial playlist for that potential stream. I've been slacking off on building playlists in general.
Well, you know, you had a lot of shit going on, dude, so I don't.
Yeah, and I finally saw Good Doctor about it, and he told me what I have. I'm not gonna go over it on stream, but turns out it's like a chronic pain thing that a lot of AMAB, outside male at birth people, have, that is just like normal, nothing to worry about. It'll flare up every now and then.
Oh, that's.
But it's somewhat treatable, not like in terms of like making it disappear entirely, but making it manageable.
Yeah, so there's like no actual cure. It's just something you gotta deal with every now and again.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, not an erection. It was chronic pelvic pain. Like
Hey, Lulu.
I'm partly not going into it. Yes, hi Lulu. I'm partly not going into it because it's got some long ass name that I can't remember.
Yeah.
We was just talking about you, Lulu. In the good way.
Mm-hmm.
Hydrate. I forgot to get water. Sparkling water will have to suffice. I'm almost out. This is my last bottle.
Oof.
And it's near the bottom.
Oof. Chug, 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 chug.
No, that's not what hydrate is for. Plus, I don't want to down it all in one go.
That's fair.
You still have 4 I wasn't there for my tarot reading. I forgot about that. What was I talking about you? I was talking about how we're going to need to renegotiate the video links that we're allowed to do for You Laugh, You Lose, because I found some stuff that I really want to subject you to, but it's way over our 5-minute time limit. I saw a clue bottle up there, but how am I gonna get back up? Answer, probably by doing it the intended way and not jumping down here. Oh, you haven't done it yet. I see.
Yeah, Timo decided to hold off on your tarot reading because, you weren't there, so why do it if you're not there, basically?
Aw, you held off on doing it for me. You wanted to save it all for me. You wanted to save yourself for me. That's sweet. Speaking of tarot, there was a thread on Blue Sky the other day where I think it was Bonicula who was asking people what tarot arcana they identify with. And I looked up all the major arcana. And I was like, as cliche as it may sound, I do be the fool. But for the Persona tabletop, I couldn't choose the Fool because the Fool's always taken up by... The Fool Arcana is always taken up by, like, your party. But yes, in any non-Persona context, I would be the Fool, because I do be a silly Billy. Or as my little sister used to say when she was my really little sister, a silly Goofy. Yeah, it represents, like, seeking new experiences and trying to grow as a person. But also symbolizes naivete and, like, general lack of understanding of the world, basically.
Join the club, dude.
Could these last ones be? I could just finish the stage and come back here later, but no, I'm real anal retentive about that. I need to finish it all in one go. Part of why I like Sly 2 and 3's more mission-based structure more than Sly 1's level-to-level structure. The Fool is supposed to have ties to other cards. That explains why the party in Persona is always the Fool. Reminds you of the last time you watched a playthrough of Sly Cooper's games. You had a raccoon in your tent that summer and you caught them. Hey, raccoons are awesome. I have my cousin, Miss Palindrome, who I'd love to have back on as a guest sometime if I can ever, fucking get a hold of her. She's very busy.
Yeah.
She is a huge fan of raccoons.
Nice.
It's part of why she's also a Sly Cooper fan.
Nice. Personally, I wouldn't mind talking with Miss Palindrome again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been even longer for you than it's been for me.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and absinthe makes the pain go down stronger. I don't know. That was a terrible rhyme. Abort.
I'll say, fuck.
Oh, I see. Ah, there we go. There they are. Sneaky little buggers. I never would have thought to hang off of that unless I saw that it was distinctly color-coded differently than the rest of the surrounding environment, indicating that, yes, you can interact with this. So basically, I never would have thought to do that if the game didn't shout at me to do that. Oh, Timo of the chat, do you have any wisdom to share with us? And also, if you want to join in on the call and just vibe, then that's acceptable as well.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. You need an IQ of at least 140 to figure this one out. Dial in 468.
You're not a pet, but I'm posting Shy Cooper there.
You found the blueprints for Mugshots additions to Mesa City. With these files, I'll be able to help you find all his clues and breakables. Just look through your binocucom to get the information.
Oh, and pet pics at the castle. I see. I'll have to check that after stream.
Oh, that's a little cutie.
That reminds me, I need to take some new pictures of Olive and some new videos of her. I got to see her yesterday. Well, I saw her the past couple days, but I stopped by my mom's yesterday to pick up my Guitar Hero controllers so I could use them with Fortnite Festival. And took a little bit of doing. But while I was over there, Olive wanted me to snuggle with her, so of course I snuggled with her.
Aw, she missed you.
Timo, just so you know, I'm going to allow this message, but the specific term you used there instead of raccoons is a racial slur, so Twitch thought it was a bad thing. Yeah, that abbreviation of raccoons is a racial slur, a very outdated one, but yeah, so now you know not to use that word again. Or at least not not in stream chat.
But, Timo, not sure if you heard the offer.
Make her an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, if you want to hop into our call, feel free.
Oh,
you're going to have to pass?
Okay, that's
okay.
fine.
Understandable.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm guessing it's just, too hot or something like that up where you are? I don't know. Please tell me you're staying cool and staying hydrated.
Yuck, these rooftops are filthy. Well, they are the only way to get to the key, since my locator tells me it's in a jewel case somewhere near Mugshot's penthouse.
Ah. Well, that's good to hear.
I got another interesting fact to share with you guys. And it's in the form of my latest YouTube short. Check it out on the VOD channel if you haven't seen it already. Also, Timo, I don't know if you've played Resident Evil 4, or if you're familiar with the meme about Ashley from Resident Evil 4 having ballistics. It comes from a, for those of you that haven't played Resident Evil 4, it comes from, like, a scene where you meet up with Luis, and Luis sees Ashley for the first time, and says, "I see the president has equipped his daughter with ballistics," while looking at her chest, and she gets understandably angry at that. Vinny from Vinesauce was streaming corruptions that people sent him, and one of them was a series of corruptions of Resident Evil 4 that all had, like, entertaining, almost YouTube poopisms to them, but were all done in-engine by corrupting the game code. And one of them was, like, that scene with all the facial animations set to, like, 500%. So all their faces are, like, way over-animated. And, like, after Louise comments on her ballistics, she starts blinking and beeping, and then a timer appears at the top of the screen, like, unprompted, and then it cuts to an explosion that's not supposed to be there, and the game crashes. So, the lesson to be learned from that is, first of all, do not ever refer to a woman's chest as ballistics unless you know them very well. And second, the D in D cup stands for detonation.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Yeah, I deserve that. Not especially because I kind of actually like Ashley, even though a lot of the Resident Evil fan base finds her annoying. I like her. I think she's acting realistic in a scenario where she's an untrained civilian, even if she is the president's daughter, being kidnapped by a bioterrorist cult. Like, it makes sense that she wouldn't have combat training. And yes, you can hurt the backs of cultists by putting her in armor, because the armor is an unlockable costume for her, and it makes her invulnerable to all damage, as well as makes it so cultists can't pick her up because she's too heavy in the suit of armor. Which is genius. They didn't need to make the suit of armor do that, but that's that era of Capcom for you. And in the remake, they kept the suit of armor as an unlockable costume, and it's rendered in-engine this time instead of only appearing in in-engine cutscenes, which like, not all the cutscenes in the original were rendered in-engine. So, like, now you can have her in cutscenes in the armor making, like, clanking sounds as she's moving around.
Good thing I know Navajo code talk. Try 532.
Okay, so Bentley just confirmed that he knows one of the most difficult languages to learn in all of linguistics. Just as like just as a brief aside, he knows Navajo code talk.
Oh, jeez.
Navajo is one of the hardest languages for people to try and learn because there's so little written documentation about it.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
will come in handy. It's Suzanne Cooper's notes pertaining to water safety. With this knowledge under your belt, you won't have to waste a charm whenever you fall into water.
Like, to my knowledge, the most difficult languages to learn. Oh, Kier's here. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I completely lost track of time.
Understandable. Are you were you partaking in some gummies?
Fuck. Cover's blown! Raul!
I figured that would be why you lost track of time. And it's understandable.
Funny thing is, there's some I'm gonna try. I'm gonna save it for next week. But yeah, I got most of the stuff I need for some lawn care. I just didn't do it because, like, actually
because I got high. I was gonna do some lawn care, but then I got high.
Actually, yes and no. It's also like really hot.
That's no good.
Red alert.
Red alert. Woo, 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 woo. If they ever make a proper new Armada Red Alert toy, they need to have some sort of call out to the woo, woo, woo meme somewhere on its packaging.
They are actually, from what I was told, and I saw the list, the listing and everything. Apparently, they are working on an Armada Red Alert figure for the Legacy line.
But like, they need to include
yeah,
some reference to it, like how with the Universe 08 Hotshot figure. They include the reference to Jam on his license plate.
Jam.
Why my shoulders hurt. That's a very, like, early Transformers Armada fandom meme, apparently. I don't know, I wasn't on the internet. I wasn't in, like, internet forums at the time. But to my understanding, to my understanding, there was like this parody edited comic. Like, they took one of the official short comics that they did for like toy pack-ins of Hotshot, and they edited it to make him say stuff like "Why my shoulders hurt" and "Jam, I want jam," and jam is spelled with 2 A's. One is lowercase and one's capital.
Damn. I thought of a way to piss people off, and that's what the way to say the casino. Casa no.
Yeah, that's brilliant on the level of the one time Ashens decided to intentionally piss off YouTube commenters who comment before finishing the video by starting off of his review of a like cheap Chinese competitor to the Amazon Kindle when the Kindle had just come out. Where he's kept on referring to Amazon as Amazon, and then like stopped and said, and I need to point out, of course, the company's name is pronounced Amazon. I was just pronouncing it as Amazon in order to rile up the people that go into comments before finishing the video so they can look like idiots. Or the way he specifically phrased it was the type of people who don't finish watching the video and go into the comments saying, "You pronounced Amazon wrong, rah, rah, rah. Also, I have never kissed a girl."
Burn.
They were never kissed by a girl. That means their mother even thought they were too fucking ugly.
Yep.
Oh!
I screwed myself out of getting that Clue bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. You needed that AC.
Yeah. We've all been needing some AC lately. Except for Assassin's Creed. That needs to disappear. Like, as hyped as people are for them finally making an Assassin's Creed set in Japan, the newest, I keep wanting to say Zero Punctuation, but it's not called that anymore for legal reasons. It's called Fully Ramblomatic. He did it since E3's not a thing. He couldn't do his annual E3 hype smackdown where he points out why you shouldn't be excited for the stuff announced at E3. This time he dedicated to the new, not E3, Summer Games Fest. And he talked about how Ubisoft's making an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan after Sony basically already did that with Ghost of Tsushima. And right after Sony preemptively undercut the potential hype for Assassin's Creed Shadows by putting Ghost of Tsushima on PC. So what I've come to understand from his analysis of that situation is if we want Sony to finally put Bloodborne on PC, then we just need to get Ubisoft to make a Souls-like. Also, he thankfully undercut people's hype for that Star Wars game made by Ubisoft, which I know is going to be trash because it's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And
I'll be back.
Preemptively referred to it as Star Cry because it's just going to be Far Cry in a Star Wars setting. You can guarantee that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to update the. They need to update Far
The most
Cry.
exciting thing Ubisoft's done in recent years was not even something they presented at Summer Game Fest. They did a new HD remaster of Beyond Good and Evil that's exclusive to Nintendo Switch. It wasn't at the Nintendo Direct either. They just, like, shadow dropped it.
Wow.
Maybe as an apology for how fucking long it's taking to make Beyond Good and Evil 2. Which, to give you perspective on how long it's taking to make Beyond Good and Evil 2, you know how Duke Nukem Forever was like the reigning champion of protracted game development. Yeah, Star Wars Outlaws. You know, Duke Nukem Forever was like the go-to reigning champ of overly long game developments, leading to an ultimately unsatisfying product.
Yeah.
Where it took 15 years to come out since it was announced. Beyond Good and Evil 2 has surpassed that a couple years ago. I'm gonna have to replay this whole stage just to get those clue bottles. Because I'm trying to get all the Thievius Raccoonus pages. This is the only Sly Cooper where I'll go for 100%.
Yeah, because it's not too far out of the way.
And because you get actual tangible gameplay benefits for going after the clue bottles. Whereas in later games, you just get treasures that can be traded for more money. It's like, ah, yes, just what I needed. More money in a game where you can get infinite money just by playing normally. Also, Kier, did you hear about the new outfit that Gura from Hololive is getting ready to debut?
No, I haven't.
It's gonna be like a more monster-themed outfit called Gargoyle. Gargoyle these nuts.
You know what I got? You want to know what my opinion of that is?
Before you shotgun and or bonk and or boo me, I have another cursed fact to share with you. Even though that wasn't a cursed fact, but go with it.
We is now waiting for the boo.
You know, you've played Chrono Trigger, right?
The very beginning of it, yeah.
You know the character Robo?
Yeah. He's right after the castle escape, like the very next world. Well timed.
Did you know that if you listen to Robo's theme very closely, it's just the exact same melody as Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley?
My God, the shotgun.
You're welcome. The best part is that the
typing it.
The best part is that the composer had never heard of Rick Astley. They just came to that. They just came up with that melody completely independent of having heard of Rick Astley. It even starts with a similar drum beat. Are you looking it up to confirm whether I'm bullshitting you or not?
Yes. Oh my God, what the fuck?
I told you!
What the fuck?
That's some cursed knowledge, isn't it?
I'm back.
I know I've
Sorry,
shared
it took so
cursed
long.
knowledge before, but that's some fucking, like, eldritch cursed knowledge.
And this is
What I
someone
missed.
even mixed the two already.
What did I miss?
Sharing the fact about Chrono Trigger with him, and he looked it up to confirm and
Oh.
found out that, yes, they are indeed the same song.
like eerily close, and this like really is that like jarring.
I'm trying to find something that I sent a photo to Furred about something about a week ago. I'm trying to find the photo so that I can send it to you, Kier, because it's something that I think you might like.
It better not be the Vaporeon meme.
It's not a Vaporeon meme, I promise you that.
Speaking of the Vaporeon meme, did you see the new YouTube short I made today out boredom?
I haven't.
Check it out sometime. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Let's see. Jeez, where the hell is it? Nope.
Right, I think that's all of them. Yes. Also, you'll, I don't know if you were here when I was saying this earlier, Kier, but on the previous safe, Bentley just casually confirmed that he can speak Navajo.
I could have broken this code.
That's actually kind of amazing.
You know, one of the most difficult to learn languages ever.
I would like to learn it. You already know I would like to learn it, though.
Like, specifically, he said that he knows Navajo code talk.
It's even harder.
Yes.
Because that will be military and hunting, I believe.
Sir Andrew Cooper's thief replica technique. He used to make fake stand-ups of himself to confuse guards into attacking the wrong thing. Use the triangle button to put together a fake Sly Cooper.
Jeez.
Am I just looking at the back of it, or does it? It doesn't have a texture. It's just black.
It's a. I see details. Wait, no, what?
It's a decoy. And not a very good one at that.
Bro, I'm over here like sitting here like, bro, why is it black?
You can't just ask someone why they're black here.
Why I'm black?
Okay, you get to, but we can't.
Why black? You stop.
Okay. Okay.
The
Found the
world
image.
may never know.
I'm going to send this to your Discord, Kier, so that way you can see it. Let's see, where are you? There you are. Then, yeah. If it'll load. Okay, there it goes.
So I'm just gonna confirm that JKR is sending me pictures of Vaporeon.
That is not true. You know it.
It's a joke.
Speaking of furry bait characters that have gotten a lot of attention on the internet, have you seen the new Dubus Goobus animation?
I think I have, but I may have forgotten.
It just
already.
came out yesterday.
I am high. Asking me to remember shit is like.
It's about Vanilla the rabbit.
Oh yeah! Honk honk.
It's okay, Queen. I have problems with my mommy too. Oh really? What are those? She's fucking dead.
And that follows.
Remember, for legal reasons, Vanilla the rabbit consented to having her massive honka-donka-badonkas honked.
My boys have been yapping about some big mysterious dude running around cracking skulls and this is it? You're
I
a
need
monkey
some
wrench in my operation?
consent.
Some scrawny rat with a stick. All right. Wait a second.
Consent to serve everyone some delicious hamburgers.
I could go for some delicious hamburgers. Even though I had a hamburger earlier, it wasn't a delicious hamburger. It was a mediocre hamburger.
Why didn't you have steamed cheese buns?
Because my cheese has gone bad.
Oh.
It hasn't molded, but I had some last night. I was like, this cheese tastes wrong for provolone. Provolone's not supposed to have a very strong taste. And then I look at the packaging, and I see that it expired in February.
Oh.
Yep, that follows. But yes, Kier, would you like to have this star screen?
Yeast.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, Kier,
it was a
did you see the 40th anniversary Transformers figure that they're doing this year?
I have not.
It is a new Optimus Prime based on the original 80s toy design.
Oh. That's pretty exciting, actually.
So, like, instead of just reissuing the 80s toy again, it's a new mold with the design aesthetics of the old one.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool. I like when they do that. And when it's not just a remold of, like, an existing Optimus Prime figure. Or redeco of an existing Optimus Prime figure. Like they keep doing with all the masterpieces.
Right. Like, I was looking at, speaking of masterpieces, I was actually looking at something on the TF Wiki, and I realized that there is actually there's a weapon of mass destruction for the Decepticons that I want to get for my collection.
Giant purple
The
griffin?
problem is to get it. No, the immobilizer, actually. And the issue being that it comes with the Masterpiece Wheeljack mold. So...
Is that a bad thing?
Not entirely. I just won't get the figure. I won't get Wheeljack. Let's just put it that way. Because I have no interest in getting Wheeljack. But they did do Exhaust. So who happens to be the same basic mold design as Wheeljack, just with a different head. So, and Exhaust is a Decepticon, so I was like, okay, sure, I'll buy that.
Completely unrelated, I just started playing Final Fantasy 16 from the beginning again, because I hadn't played it in about a year, so I had forgotten where I was and wanted to remember the story up to this point. But apparently somewhere in the localization of Final Fantasy 16, I don't know if this is stuck for the rest of Final Fantasy yet, they changed the localized name for the Malboro enemy.
Oh? What?
Apparently they've done it for a couple games, but they haven't been consistent with it. Like, apparently, like, as early as 14, they've been calling the Malboro something different. But then, like, games in between them called it the same thing. Basically, like, they changed it from Malboro to Morbol. Which I don't know about you, but Morbol sounds like a mad scientist sidekick from a 50s B movie.
Like,
Yeah.
if they were going to go with that name, honestly, make it like the miniature ones where they're either working with the bigger Maul Barrel, right? Like, make it a new enemy. It basically helps you get ready to fight a Morboro as a boss, as a regular encounter, or whatever, you know?
You're gonna have to go down to Haiti and cross paths with Ms.
Because that meant fuck those things. Fuck bad breath. If you don't have like
Mugshot
What thing
section
in
of
the
the
game?
Thievius Raccoonus contained an entry from my gunslinging ancestor, Tennessee Kid Cooper.
I don't know why, but apparently Tennessee Kid Cooper is a lot of people's favorite Cooper lineage ancestor.
Through a lifetime of theft in the old West.
Or at least how he was portrayed in Thieves in Time. Like, a lot of people give that game a lot of shit for how underwhelming the Cooper ancestors ended up being, but a lot of people really like Tennessee Kid Cooper.
I have an idea of why. When you look at the story with him versus, you know, how they interact with Sly, Carmelita, he has much more impression,
and then
I
return to
think.
Paris, ready for our next mission.
Because, yeah, Yurishi Cooper being the questionable one.
Let's see what
And a
Murray's
knight
gonna
that
say.
is-
He's playing on a slim model PS1 with the LCD screen, by the way.
Yep.
I noticed that brings back a lot of memories for me because that was my PS1.
I never had the original PlayStation.
And he has different animations in between each stage that change as the story progresses. And different interactions for each of them. My favorite being like at the very beginning before you go after Sir Raleigh the Frog. He's like eating peanuts out of a bag. And he's like, "Oh, you want?" Reaches in and grabs one. One?
I figured out a way to get us to Haiti.
Anyways, we gotta go to Haiti.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
The third member of the Fiendish Five was the infamous voodoo priestess, Ms. Ruby.
No.
Born into a family of mystics, other children found her scary. Teaching herself to summon the undead provided what few friends she had. A career in crime allowed an adult Ms. Ruby to punish the world for fearing her as a child. Chief mystic for the Fiendish Five, her powers allowed them to break both the laws of man and nature at the same time. Yet despite the whirlwind success of her youth, she managed to slip into obscurity. Last known sightings claim she headed out of civilization and deep into the Haitian jungle.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're going after a voodoo priestess in Haiti.
Yes, I kept saying, oh no.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah,
that's still a better reason to go to Haiti than presumably why Jason Derulo wanted to go there. I will never let him live that. Well, there's a lot of things you shouldn't let him live down, including his recent crypto scam. But one of them is in that Talk Dirty song when he's listing like all the places that he's gone all over the world. One of the lines is New York to Haiti. And as our boy Todd in the Shadows put it, please tell me you didn't go to Haiti to have sex.
Sorry, Sly, but this is one mission you
Okay,
You don't believe in ghosts.
that was okay. We just said that, and he's like, hold on there. Holy shit.
is oozing with disgusting mold and bacteria.
Suck it up, Bentley. We got work to do.
All right, then. Don't forget to use the new move you learned from Mugshot section of the Thievius Raccoonus.
You mean the raccoon rail walk?
The roots and vines around here are perfect for that. All you gotta do is,
Jump and hit the circle button.
especially where you see the bark has been worn away, and where it's super slick from icky slime and moss, you'll rail slide like a skater grinding pipe.
I'm liking it.
I'll say fuck.
By the way, speaking of Jason Derulo, not only is he a worse content thief than Sniper Wolf, in my opinion, he's a crypto scammer, and he steals people's beats and doesn't credit them unless threatened with legal action. Like, one of his last hit songs they had before kind of disappearing into obscurity used a beat from a TikTok meme and didn't credit the person who made the beat. Until that person was like, hey, what the fuck, that's my beat. And then he hastily added a credit for that bit to the original creator who's, like, I say beat, like, all he did was put shitty lyrics over that person's beat.
Wow, that's
the song in question, by the way, is called Savage Love. And when I say he's a worse content thief than Sniper Wolf, his most recent grift has been doing zero effort reaction content on YouTube, where, when I say zero effort, even less effort than Sniper Wolf, if you can believe it. Because all he does is use the same few pre-recorded reactions of himself, most of which are just him sitting in the corner and eating, played over other people's videos with his music playing in the background, so he gets all the ad revenue.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely fucking contemptible piece of shit.
Yeah, so that'd be this. I there's other artists. I think they actually paid the person in the hackathon field. Thing is, today I'm like, okay, yeah. People were making fun of him well before I learned about him. I think like earlier this year. Like, I'm not gonna name them, but it was their old YouTube life. When they didn't go as trans at the time, I don't think. But they were talking about it was a Cinema Sins parody at times, right?
Oh, okay.
And one of the references and one of the sins was when they mentioned that, and they were like, "Oh, well, we're not giving sense, so here you go." You know, they stopped because they wanted more of an identity than being a Cinema Sins clone, you know?
Yeah. Which is a good thing to be, because Cinema Sins is an inherently bad thing to try to copy the style of.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing something, like, truly productive on top of it, like Cinema Wins.
Yeah, the funny thing is, what they started to do was sins and wins. And we're talking about genuinely good things about a game, and you know, like, I'll show you one of their videos that was actually really good for Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
And they bring up character dynamics and all that type of stuff, and yeah. I'll find the one that's after where they say they're gonna make the transition, so you can really see a difference, you know?
Yeah.
That's Miss Ruby's lair. To get in, you'll need that key on top of a tiki pedestal.
Also, if you haven't seen Ms. Ruby in this game, she of course speaks in a mix of like Cajun and Patois.
Yeah.
No problem.
You know, just to ape up how problematic this chapter is.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I kept thinking we were going to Mississippi to go to the bayou.
This looks more like Louisiana. This looks more like the Louisiana Bayou than it does the Haitian jungle.
Yeah, you see my whole point that I would retcon this just to be, you know, Louisiana. But
I can understand why they didn't want it to be somewhere in America, because the previous chapter was in America.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be like a globe-trotting adventure. But still, why Haiti of all places? That's not really a place to do like, oh, we're going to do the voodoo stereotypes.
Oh.
Or just like not a place to like try and do like, you know, a cartoony representation of in general. Haiti is a very, very fucked up place.
Yeah.
And who can you blame for it? Oh, the French.
You've done it! Mojo force field is down, and you can steal the key!
I think I ate a whole chicken today.
How do you not know if you ate a whole chicken? I mean, typically you don't eat a whole chicken in one sitting, so...
I mean, and even still, technically, does one even eat the whole chicken? Because,
yeah, did you
Yeah.
eat the gizzards? Did you eat the bones? Did you eat the tendon?
All I remember hearing was bok, 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 and me going nom, nom, nom.
So it was a live chicken?
Can't get fresher than
Chicken or rice.
Hey,
Chicken or rice? A
Here
rice
you-
chicken.
hey, he used fresh chicken. It was live. We can't get fresher than that.
Yep. Trying to find that last damn clue bottle. I was about to say clue battle, and oh god, the camera is stuck. Hello, camera?
A clue battle sounds like fun.
A clue battle would basically... I mean, when you think about it, isn't a court case just a clue battle?
Dude, if you ever play Phoenix Wright... Yeah. Clue battle, Phoenix Wright in Clue Battle 1.
Isn't Danganronpa just a series of clue battles interspersed with entertainingly fucked up executions and the occasional fan service?
I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't really any puzzle, depending on the puzzle type game, be a clue battle? Because
Tetris wouldn't be a clue battle. Neither would Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
I was thinking it's more like Chip's Challenge. You
Uh,
had to figure out how to get
by the way, did you know that they finally came out with a sequel to Chip's Challenge a few years ago?
what?
By a few years ago, I mean like 10 years ago.
What?
Like, the game had been done since the 90s, but rights issues were the only thing keeping it from being released.
Oh.
And it finally came out, and it's on Steam.
Oh, it's a game.
And
I hate the
it's
fact that the game I wanted.
it's basically more Chip's Challenge. Like, it's got more complex puzzles this time.
I don't like the fact that what the fuck. I don't like the fact that a game I wanted to voice them really badly but couldn't because of technical issues is constantly being shoved in my face.
Aw.
I couldn't even audition because of all the issues. Oh my gosh, Chips Challenge 1 and 2.
Yep. Also, did you know there's a very
it's
big and
free.
very... Did you know that there's a very big and very active modding scene for Chip's Challenge?
I just saw something interesting that would... Oh, wait, what the fuck? Hold on. When I type in Chips Challenge, it says something about it. Here we go. Editor. So I'm guessing that's the.
Yeah, that's for
workshop.
making custom stages.
Oh.
It's basically official mod tools.
I can see where you're going with this. You want me to make you some Chips Challenge levels, don't you?
No, because I've never played Chips Challenge.
You're about to realize why that was like Windows 95 sugar dust. So I'm gonna use the PG.
Did you know that Chips Challenge was... I'm gonna just go ahead and get that clue bottle later. Did you know that Chips Challenge was not even originally a Windows game?
Amiga, I'm guessing, right?
Nope. Atari Lynx.
Oh.
Their a failed attempt at competing with the Game Boy.
Oh,
And
And it's generally regarded as the best game on the Lynx.
Like that could only be coming off Ms. Ruby herself.
Right, Sly. If you want to crack at Ms. Ruby, you're going to have to find a way inside that skull temple.
You keep doing your thing, Murray.
Was playing Guys. He's playing the RPG mode, which was just terrible.
Speaking of guys, you want to know another semi-famous PlayStation family, as in like family of consoles, game that they developed? A Bouncer.
The funny thing is, I like the Bouncer.
To my understanding, as someone that's never played the Bouncer and did not hear anything about it when I was a kid, like, to my understanding, it's not a bad game. It's just not a good, like... It wasn't worth its asking price. And, it wasn't a good showcase for what the PS2 could do. Because considering it was a PS2 launch title.
Yeah, honestly, it's like it's worth $20.
Like, it's a budget game that was sold for full price, basically.
Yeah. Like I do recommend playing it if you can.
I do have it on my hard drive setup.
Nice. Is that a fart sound?
That was the sound of a mosquito farting out of its mouth.
For a moment, I thought it was JKR dropping some bombs.
That was not me. I'm sitting here working on something.
Hey, you know what they say? He who denied it supplied it.
Yes, but this time it was not me. For once, it wasn't me.
Major Copion, okay? Let me stop. I wonder what spiders are more dangerous. Those are the ones in the who am I kidding? The ones in Jack and Daxter are more dangerous because they spit at you.
Yes. And also, these aren't spiders. These are like tree creatures. Also, I have some interesting but less happy news about the studio that made The Bouncer and Air Guys.
Oh.
They only have one employee left that's keeping them from being, like, completely defunct.
Oh.
Like, they shifted to mobile game development, but haven't made anything in years. And the only reason that they haven't gone bankrupt is because the guy that founded the studio is the only guy left.
was it the last that they did?
Yes.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, then the combination has got to be 588.
Five, eight, it sure is great.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1.
Electrified. Kelly McCooper's notes on how to harness the electromagnetic field created by a rolling raccoon. Now your raccoon rolls.
Ah, yes. Raccoons are famous for generating electromagnetic fields when they roll.
I was like wondering the same thing. It's like, how the fuck is that even possible?
I know, it's quite shocking, isn't it?
Get out.
Why are these jokes way too electrifying for you?
Ay.
Do they illuminate the darkness in your heart?
Yeah, laugh it up, chuckle fuck.
I dare say, if I do say so myself, and I do say so myself, indubitably, that what JKR here is enduring is a cruel and unusual punishment.
Why the cold reception?
No!
I think you might be right.
They say I'm the crazy one.
Yes, and they are still correct. Two things can be true at once.
Why the fuck would she want to take over Mexico?
They're real sugar Coca-Cola.
What's with this industrial strength voodoo gate?
Think about it. If you control Mexico,
Really be trying to keep something out.
then you control the world's taco supply. That would cripple entire economies. Bring entire armies to their knees. Truly, she's playing 5D chess here.
I'm just over here like...
Yeah, she probably is a 5D.
5D, what? Is our cup size? Are you?
Yes.
Don't tell me you're getting horny for Ms. Ruby the crocodile.
No, I'm not getting horny for Miss Ruby the crocodile. I was trying to make a bad insult, but of course I failed miserably.
I never knew you were scarily. Don't worry, I'll still be your friend.
I'm a lot of things here.
Are you gonna finish that with, like, a second half to that thought? Or are you just confirming that you're a scaly?
I'm neither going to confirm nor deny that.
So you're confirming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smartasses.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of Stranger Interests. I have a friend who finds the Predator from the Predator movies sexy.
I seen the fan art. The fan art is terrifyingly good.
There's something huge under there. You better get going.
That's what she said. I didn't think I would time one of those right. This just makes me think hardcore. Louisiana, Mississippi Bayou.
Yeah, nothing about this really
No.
screams Haiti to me.
Yeah, like.
Then again, I don't
just-
know what they could put in a game that's like, yeah, it's teen rated, but still like pretty much targeted at kids. I don't know what they could
Yeah.
put in a game targeted at kids that would make me think of Haiti that they could get away with in a game targeted at kids.
I don't know. Oh, we can't show that on Twitch.
Sure what?
It's just a snake.
It's supposed to be a joke. You know, dirty joke, can't show that on Twitch. You referenced before where it's like, that's what she said.
Your face is that's what she said.
That's no good.
By the way, speaking of things that you can't do on Twitch, I recently looked up to see if they still sell cocaine on Amazon,
Wait, what?
and they still do. But they changed the name of the spicy flavor.
Oh.
Cocaine, in this case, referring to a novelty energy drink called cocaine.
Oh, I was confused. Like, wait a minute, what?
So was I for a second there.
I'm over here like is Ari mean the energy drink? I was so confused.
And yes, they still do sell cocaine on Amazon. But I'm guessing due to legal reasons, they changed the name of the spicy flavor from uncut to hot and spicy.
That was fun.
Thankfully, they still sell pussy on there. Also, if you think that buying cocaine on Amazon is a bad thing, you used to also be able to buy actual samples of uranium on there.
The fuck? Are you talking about those bracelet things?
No, I mean like radioactive isotopes.
I was gonna say that someone was talking about like those bands that was supposed to help with balance, but they're radioactive or some shit.
No, I'm talking about like samples of uranium where like if you bought enough of them, you could make some very bad weapons.
Because you power
Right.
a time machine.
I mean, think about it. If you bought enough of them, you could probably be like Donut Dan from Flork of Cows and open the only Dunkin' Donuts in the state of Iowa or Idaho or whatever it was that's powered by its own private nuclear reactor. And you may say to yourself, Donut Dan, why don't you share some of that nuclear power with the rest of us? It could change the world. The answer is, he just doesn't feel like it right now.
I was gonna be like the rest of the world don't appreciate his donuts as much.
No, the joke.
How did I get this?
Yeah, that's another thing you may ask.
What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones?
You may be entitled to financial compensation.
But the running gag with Donut Dan is like he doesn't appreciate how much help his donuts and other donut related things can bring to the world. Like there was one follow-up comic that Fork of Cows did where like there's a man eating a donut and then he's like, wait, I can see. What the fuck? I've been blind my whole life. Oh yeah, those were just some of my cure-all blindness beignets. I was getting ready to throw them out because they weren't selling. And there was another one where he's like, looks like my cure-all all forms of cancer cronuts are not selling well. Guess I'd better throw them out.
No!
all I gotta say is this. Big companies hate him because oh god.
And he followed up on that I just don't feel like it comic a few years later, where it's like, people have been asking me, Donut Dan, it's been years and you're still not sharing your nuclear power with the rest of the state. You could fix the energy crisis going on in an entire part of America all by yourself. Well, the answer is I still don't feel like it.
What you think about it, it's very valid, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there is a gentleman in the Midwest that powers his home entirely on a micronuclear plant, and oddly enough, it's got better insulation than normal plants, and Geiger counters don't pick up any radiation outside of his garage. That's impressive. Also, apparently, one of the things I learned about the Chernobyl incident, you know, just a natural segue into talking about nuclear disasters. Part of the reason that the Chernobyl incident ended up as disastrous as it was because, like, when the meltdown started to happen, they sent in people with Geiger counters to measure the level of radiation, and they're like, oh, it's registering like a 2 or like a 2.5 on the Geiger counter. That's totally safe. And it turns out that the reason it was measuring like a 2 or a 2.5 was because that was as high as those specific Geiger counters measured. I hate these mosquitoes. They are disgusting.
Like, sir, you are excused.
Sir, I do not need your... I've heard of verbal diarrhea, but then there's this.
Makes sense, yeah. Reminds me of the isekai stories where the highest setting is like 100, but if it goes over like loops over 6 times, they're not gonna think 603. They're just gonna look at the 3.
Yeah.
And it's like, this baby is a dud. Let's leave it in the woods so it can just die. Like,
also, apparently another reason that the Chernobyl disaster even happened and got so out of control was because, like, they wanted to test, like, what would happen if they took out all of the stabilizing elements in the reactor at once. Just to, like, measure its max capacity. And, of course, that triggered a meltdown. So they're like, oh, okay. We'll put in all of the cooling rods at once. And that made the meltdown worse.
I had to one.
Bentley, what the fuck? I had to overcome some personal demons to get to the answer 444. 444. That's the same number I have on my luggage.
It was a combination of golf trauma, pool. I don't know where other thing has 4 in it. I don't know.
I should be able to tap the duty roster at each hideout and project
duty roster. Yeah, it's literally a case of why aren't the safety measures working? Oh yeah, it's because we took all the safety measures out because we decided, it would be cool to see what happens.
We can tell who were the dropouts from that.
Yep.
So, Kier, you know how I told you about the Fortnite Festival mode that's basically a new Guitar Hero or Rock Band game?
Yeah.
I tried it out, and it's actually really fun.
Ooh.
Like, the way that the song list works is they have, like, rotations of songs that are available for free, and then they have songs that aren't in rotation anymore that you can buy using the in-game currency to play at your leisure.
Oh, okay.
And also, I tried out. It turns out it's not compatible with all of the old Guitar Hero and Rock Band controllers, only specific ones. And of course, there's specific ones that are impossible to get a hold of now.
Yeah.
But thankfully, there's a dedicated fan who swept in and created like a third-party mapping tool to make any Guitar Hero and Rock Band controller work with Fortnite natively.
Ooh.
And put it up for free. Like, you know how I told you that PDP had come out with a new Guitar Hero controller that was like reviewed very well by Asai?
Yeah.
Turns out that they're doing the, I want to say stupid Nintendo thing, but it's more of just like the stupid everything thing at this point, where it's like, oh, we make them in small batches and we shadow drop them and they get all bought up by the bots, and we don't announce that they're on sale publicly until after all the bots have bought them. And then we take months to manufacture more.
That's spooky.
So, like, it's really infuriating to me as a Guitar Hero fan and Rock Band fan that I have to use a third-party mapping tool that's in beta, and, like, it works, but still has bugs with it, and forces you to enable developer mode in order to even get it to work. So you have to do, like, you have to set your entire Windows to developer mode.
Oh, wow.
And this is only for the PC version. It's not compatible with the console versions for obvious reasons. But the only controllers that are compatible with Fortnite Festival natively, as far as Guitar Hero controllers go, are the Rock Band 4 controllers, which are stupidly hard to find on the aftermarket because nobody bought Rock Band 4, the new set, because nobody bought Rock Band 4 except for me. And I didn't buy the set, so I didn't get the new controllers because they were like, oh, we're going to release an adapter that lets you use your old controllers. And it turns out that by adapter that lets you use your old controllers, they meant adapter you have to buy separately that's also even harder to find on the secondhand market now, that only lets you use the Guitar Hero 3 and Rock Band 2 onwards controllers and not the old wired ones. So you have to jump through some fucking hoops if you want to play Fortnite Festival the way it was meant to be played. And also, I'm lucky that I've held on to my wired Xbox Guitar Hero controller for this long, considering that this specific model of Guitar Hero controller is heavily sought after on the secondhand market. Because it's the only Xbox model controller that you can just plug and play and it works on a PC. For any other model, you have to either have the Rock Band 4 controllers, which natively work with Windows, but that requires having the Rock Band 4 controllers, which, like I said, nobody has. Or you have to get third-party adapters that are made, like, on demand, because there's not that big of a market for them, to get the wireless 360 controllers to work with Windows. Or you can do like crazy shit like what Asai does with using an adapter to use a Wii Guitar Hero controller on PC and make it think that it's using an Xbox controller.
Oh.
Or what he's doing now, which is he has a controller that just straight up uses an Arduino like control board. So it's like 0 latency.
Okay.
That's the P laser.
Now, that's what all the security beams look like. They're yellow at first, and once you trigger them, they turn red and start damaging you. Also, it's not the P laser, because if it was, then it would have blown up half of the moon.
That's a super piss laser. This is the
prototype. Super laser piss. My super laser piss!
I like how as soon as I open, I got hit with the flash.
Pizza time.
I could go for some pizza.
Yeah, I could go for some pizza too. I've got a frozen one in the freezer. I just haven't cooked it yet because I've been too lazy to cook.
I had some leftovers from yesterday, so I had that.
Over swim?
It had eyes and brownie on it.
Yeah, I want some pizza too. We've got pizza dough ready to go, and to be made into a pizza. We just because we made it last week, last weekend.
So make it the pizza.
See, here's the thing. It's been so fucking hot that we can't turn on our oven.
I know you're trying to sound like New York Italian, but instead you sound like you're from Boston.
Hey!
Scusi, ma la movie?
Che cosa?
Ma la movie?
I'm going to have to beat your ass.
Yes. Don't threaten me with a good time.
You know what? Fuck off.
I did say earlier in stream when talking about the new British HoloLive member that I do like a partner who can kick my ass. Hi, Cloud.
I don't just kick ass.
I'm here to kick bubblegum and chew ass, and I'm all out of ass.
Hey, Cloud.
I gotta ask Sheba if she's okay with me sending you... Cloud, I've gotta ask Sheba if she's okay with me sending you a preview of that fan art piece. Because, like, I really want you to see it, but also I don't want to spoil Sheba's art before it's finished without her permission. So keep an eye out for that.
Would you stop going for a swim?
Glug glug.
It's no time to go for swims.
But it's summer. It's the perfect time to go for a swim.
Exactly. Pay some money on that AC, right?
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Don't make me get your mother to kidnap Moltar. How did that that Bat Mantis intro go again?
I don't remember. It was a fever dream.
Search through our messages. You sent it to me.
No, you sent it to me.
No, you sent me the Bat Mantis quote.
Oh, the whole I shiver with power. I ache with
disease. I shiver with power. I ache with disease. I am Bat Mantis. I noted this last stream, but I think the Space Ghost Brain Rot has been affecting me so much that my Imperfect Cell impression is turning into a Zorak impression.
God. Don't tell me that.
I'll say fuck.
Exactly. Fuck. I say fuck now.
Hey, knock knock.
No.
Come on, knock knock.
Who's there?
Fuck you.
You see? This is why.
Oh, you're taking me up on the offer, JKR?
No, that was badly timed. It was supposed to be the whole.
I would say it's perfectly timed.
Yes, but on my end, it was badly timed because what I was going to do, it was supposed to trigger before Kier said who's there. But Kier beat me to it. Well, by the time he said who's there, I had already clicked it and engaged it. So I was like, yeah, can't turn this one off. Whoops.
That's some real, it's the controller's fault, not me excuses.
Hey, I admit, I just badly timed it.
Either that or they're using a Mad Catz controller.
Unless it's one of their fight pads, because those were apparently like really good. Like, strangely good considering it's Mad Catz.
Yeah.
Hey, Ari.
Yes.
I wouldn't be standing there if I were you.
What, are you gonna drop an anvil on me? I called it!
JKR.
What?
Joke's on you! My skull is too thick to... What were we talking about?
Yes. So, JKR, you made it way too obvious that you were actually going to do something. You gotta be a lot more subtle, you know?
Yeah, sometimes I want subtle. Sometimes I try to be subtle, sometimes I'm more a blunt object.
I mean, yeah, wait, isn't a pie a blunt object?
No.
I would... Not really.
Wait,
Depends on how hardened the pie is.
well, it looked like it didn't make a dent, so I'm guessing that was pretty hard, but it's your hard head that way.
I mean, I had to go with, like, out-of-date pies for the reason that, one, rendering something that splashes like a properly moist pie is a little bit too difficult for, like, free plugins. And
Don't
two,
say that.
I'm about to make it worse.
What?
Two, if we were going with my preferred kind of pie, I don't think I could get away with going on Twitch and showing me getting a cream pie to the face.
Here's the thing. You know, if you want to use a blunt object, you gotta go with something like a mallet or something like that. See?
Corone agrees.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but when you really break it down, you only just hit them once. Not even all that impressive, honestly.
I assume you could do better?
I hated that last sound.
Two
I didn't even hear it, so...
Instead of 2 chains or 2 pop, 2 pies. I know you like them 2 pies in your face. What do I saw in combination?
If you think me describing pie as moist is bad enough, then wait until I tell you what the title of the official censored version of WAP is.
It doesn't bother me.
Wet and Gushy.
You just reminded me of an anime thing that was back on YouTube years ago. And no one looked this up. I'm pretty sure it's like on one of them shock stuff. It was called the Goosh Goosh guy or the meme or something.
Oh yeah, Goosh Goosh. I remember that.
Don't look it up.
Fun for the whole family. Goosh Goosh.
Fuck off, no.
It's fun for the whole family, just like Kiss X Sis.
Unless you're gonna tell me Bible Black is a Christian anime.
I mean, it has Bible in the title. You mean to tell me that Bible Black isn't a religious story set during set in a predominantly African American community?
No.
Also, it's kind of cursed that one of the best Heaven and Hell songs, which, if you don't know Heaven and Hell, they're basically Black Sabbath, but with Ronnie James Dio as the singer. They have a song called Bible Black, and it's one of their best songs, but also one of their worst music videos. So let me tell you, as someone that heard the term Bible Black first from the anime, let me tell you, it's weird to hear a famous heavy metal singer say, "I've got to get the Bible black," and not think of, "You've got rice on your face." Coming out of the face of a high school girl with the voice of a 50-year-old woman.
Oh, jeez.
Then again, that's part. As much as I give Bible Black shit for its dub, it's more entertaining with the dub.
All I gotta say is prime for some memes.
Yes, the dub is full of. There's one that's become like an inside joke between me and Miss Palindrome, which is from the scene where the girl like throws herself off the rooftop after getting turned down by her crush, and then like all the people are gathering around her splattered corpse, which you don't get to see, but one of the voices is like, "Oh my god, what happened?"
Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, this is kind of a guess, but try 128.
That's a random number if I've ever heard one.
And it was correct.
These are the blueprints to Miss Ruby's production facility. I'll pipe this information into your binocucom. Use it to find breakables and clues nearby.
So there's just like no good upgrades in Ms. Ruby's stages, are there?
Personally, I would have been laughing if the number that Bentley spat out was 666.
Yeah, but they couldn't get away with that in a kid's game. They can get away with that in Digimon, but not in Sly Cooper.
Right. It also depends on what year Digimon was dubbed as opposed to what year
1999.
Sly Cooper was, yep.
1999 versus 2002.
Yeah, I think I think the... What are you laughing about over there, Kier?
The oh my god, what happened? You looked it up. I told you. I told you, it's great.
This is impressive, disturbing, and makes me uncomfortable. This is impressive, disturbing, and makes me uncomfortable.
I told you, Bible Black's got a lot of gems in its dub.
By lighting all 25 tiki torches with the flamethrower on your swamp skiff. Use the left and
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it a bad idea to bring a flamethrower into a swamp?
Oh, and one more thing.
I have no idea.
The only source of oil are those piranha you see swimming around.
Oh, we're talking about oil and the fire already. Oh.
I was talking more about like potentially lighting swamp gas on fire.
Methane, right? I don't know where those are. I guess
it's primarily methane, yeah. Okay, we gotta run over some piranhas to get oil for our flamethrower. Makes perfect sense.
You got an RR redeem, Ari.
Oh, I do. I forgot that I put that new kind of redeem in. Which Eggman?
Let's go with Long John Baldry, because I think this just works for him.
Ahem. All right, I'll have your attention. Ara, ara. There, put some stank on it for you.
Boo! You stink!
In actuality, that was actually pretty good. When you said stank, it just went. My mind went to boo, you stink.
I don't remember this stage at all.
I forgot about this stage. I forgot about most of the stages from Ms. Ruby's section. I also forgot that it was set in Haiti.
Like I said before, I really thought it was Louisiana this whole time. Like, wait a minute.
Everything about this screams Louisiana. They decide, nah, let's make it Haiti. Even the music screams Louisiana. Like, what are you going to find swamp-dwelling hillbillies in Haiti?
No, I'm curious about 100% Taz run of this stage.
How would you Taz run this?
You're curious now, aren't you?
Yeah, I still argue that the best Taz run is the Taz run of Family Feud for SNES.
That's a very funny one. Like, being serious in terms of, non-comedic ones like that, my favorite one would probably be Donkey Kong Country 1. Every time I see it, it just blows my mind.
I'm gonna be here for a while, aren't I?
Yep.
It's almost like the piranha don't want to be ground up into oil. So selfish.
Looking like a true American.
Yes, yeah, an American being like, how dare they not give us their oil?
You're only useful if you give us oil.
By the way, speaking of oil, I'll have to send you the link to this later. It's, I guess it's technically safe for Twitch, considering it was broadcast on Twitch. But I'm sure, 100% sure, that if I were to stream this clip, I would get bonked by Twitch for not safe for work stuff.
Yeah, because they have a vendetta against VTubers right now.
This was done by a VTuber.
Oh.
Specifically Cottontail. You know her?
Yeah.
It was her crushing a watermelon with her thighs.
Yeah, jeez.
I think I seen that video.
And I say oil because there's a part where, like, she's having trouble getting the watermelon to not slip out between her thighs. So some genius in chat is like, why not put olive oil on your thighs to keep it from slipping away?
I know what his plan was. His plan is too obvious yet genius.
And she still tried it because she genuinely believed that would help.
So she fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Yes.
The sexiest trick in the book too. Hey, oh. I'm gonna have to check out. All my friends are married. Fuck. Shit.
For the record, the only way she got the watermelon to crush between her thighs was she had to weaken it first by stabbing it repeatedly. So for all the people that were in her chat and in the video's comments saying, I wish that was me, you're saying you want to be stabbed repeatedly before being crushed.
I am curious if I can break a watermelon with my thighs.
It also didn't help that she got the wrong shaped kind of watermelon for if you're trying to crush it just by pure force, which is she got like a very round watermelon when you want something more of an oval shape that has a weaker center. Also, sorry for being late on this. Welcome back, Gig. We got sidetracked by discussion about oiled thighs.
I know normally I'm the one monitoring chat and stuff like that, but I'm a cookie. I'm baked.
Okay, here's the real question about that snake. Did it roar or did it burp?
Yes, its battle cry is a boar.
Well, at least it's not in his boot.
Looks like this is some kind of giant voodoo egg beater to stir up that unsanitary mess.
If I could unlock the cauldron's lid, I might be able to thrash their production and build up enough steam pressure to get launched up to Ruby's Skull Temple.
Okay, sounds like we've got a plan. To get around that thing, try moving in the shadows made by the masks so that the guards won't see you.
So I know what they're making.
What?
They're making a kale smoothie. I mean, look how green it is. There's no strawberries, no bananas, none of that. Just kale.
So, and going back to VTuber discussion, me and a friend of mine were just like talking about Henya when I found this fan art of Henya with the other VShojo girls that are like all like stupid busty, and then you've got Henya walking away looking ashamed. And we were feeling sorry for Henya because ever since Nazuna got kicked out of VShojo and basically like lost most of her reasonable fans, and the only ones she has left are the ones that are something I can't say on Twitch. What I'm trying to get to is, since Nazuna is no longer in VShojo, Henya is now the flattest member. So what we need to do is convince Chibidoki to join VShojo.
Why you say that?
So Henya won't be the flattest member anymore.
Oh god, you're right. I seen the memes. Let me do that too. I can do that too. Hits her desk. Her head on her desk.
Yep.
And I'm actually legitimately sitting there like where I can. Well, I can't do that one, but close enough.
Well, if I were to ever actually be able to tune into one of Henya's streams and say something in chat that she was able to read, I say able to read as in like something that actually catches her attention enough to read it.
Yeah.
I know what it would be, because it would be the same thing that I told one of my exes who was very self-conscious about her chest size. When you hug someone who's flat, you're holding them closer to your heart.
Oh, jeez.
Or you could go the space brain route that, I can't remember what anime it was. I think it might have been, the second Senran Kagura anime did that. I don't know. I haven't seen it, seen that scene subtitled in English. I've only seen it out of context with no subtitles, where, like, the second flattest girl in the cast, argues that technically she's not flat. She just has, like, boobs that are spaced differently so the surface area is spread across a thinner part of the body. And that actually, if you take into account the circumference of her torso, that means she's bigger. So basically, it's massive cope. It's like, the math ain't mathin'.
Nope.
Then again, I've never claimed to be a mathologist. Which is not to be confused with a methologist, which is a very different profession indeed.
Alert with meth.
Yes, the famous, you know, the typical elementary school subjects: reading, writing, science, history, mathematics.
Oh.
Oh, he's deader than that. He's deader than dead.
He's super dead.
They said he was dead. He must be double dead.
How did you? Why do I sound like a combination of Billy D. Williams and Bruce?
The gummies?
Maybe. Because I'll start talking a little smooth and it goes like this. Like I can't control it. A little jarring. Didn't help. Was it come in your eye, Raccoon? What?
No, I'm in your mind, Raccoon.
Oh. I really heard come in your eye. What?
No, do not come in someone's eye. That is very dangerous. Iron Mouse can attest to that.
Someone's eye out.
I'm not even joking about that. She's told a story on stream before about one of her exes who nutted in her eye and gave her a serious infection.
I've heard stories. I used to actually watch the HBO specials and actually listen to what they had to say. Yeah, I know, very boring. Bro, I saw the light flash and I'm sitting here like, oh no, paparazzi. Then I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, I'm not Lady Gaga.
If there's one thing, going back, speaking of music and going back to Fortnite Festival, if there's one thing I have to criticize it for, other than it's the rigmarole that is controller implementation for Guitar Hero controllers, it's that currently one of the songs in rotation that's not Metallica is one of Meghan Trainor's worst songs. Which there's a lot of contenders for worst Meghan Trainor song. It's like arguing which is the smelliest piece of shit. Because Meghan Trainor is just objectively terrible. I don't care if you say that's not what objective means. You're talking about subjective opinions. I don't care. No one I've ever met stands her. She is terrible. She's like, the best way I can describe her is that she makes music for wine moms.
All I heard was moms and wine.
Yes, that I said wine moms. She makes music for wine moms, as in the middle-aged moms who just get drunk off of wine every night and have no personality other than that. Not even like, you know, high alcohol content wine, just like basically wine coolers or something like that.
Hey, Shadow Dragon.
Hey, Shadow Dragon, how was the last Blockbuster?
Did you rent any Super Nintendo games?
Apparently they don't rent games out at the last Blockbuster, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Get a Blockbuster quad?
He got some Blockbuster t-shirts.
Oh, that's it.
I'm still mad that you went without me. How dare you not invite someone that you've never met in person and only know through YouTube?
Yeah.
What kind of parasocial relationship haver are you?
I remember the How Dare You lady from Modern Life. How dare you?
With this move, you can slow down time whenever you want, not just while jumping. Hold down the triangle button to use it.
Sly Cooper just casually learned how to slow down the flow of time indefinitely, and somehow he's not considered like an Omega level threat.
I have several questions.
So Sly Cooper, as of the first game, about halfway through, can casually slow down the flow of time around himself indefinitely at will, and Bentley is fluent in Navajo code talk.
I have a question.
We're just we are getting into the weirder parts of Sly Cooper lore tonight.
I have a legitimate question.
Yes.
We already know he ain't beating the Flash, and we already know he ain't beating Supersonic in his strongest form. We're going with the IDW comic. We already know he ain't beating them. But could he beat like Quicksilver and other speedsters?
Depends on which incarnation of Quicksilver, because his feats of speed vary depending on which medium it is.
Yeah. But this is interesting. Actually, that would be a really interesting conversation.
They had an NES Blockbuster style and a candle that smelled like buttered popcorn. I want to go there so bad, even though I have like a really cool video rental place in my state. I still want to go to the last Blockbuster just for nostalgia's sake.
I wouldn't have been up for nostalgia also.
Same.
Feel like I'm browsing, looking at my old movies, like, oh my god, Airbud! I love some Airbud.
Did you know that, so, you know that Airbud has a spin-off series called Air Buddies, right?
Yeah.
Which is all about, like, what I'm trying to get to is, did you know that the Asylum, the, fine purveyors of mockbuster schlock, like, H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds, and, Age of the Hobbits, and Troll Land, and Izzy's Way Home, and, if you want to venture into their non-mockbuster stuff, Sharknado made a mockbuster of Air Buddies called Golden Winter.
Jeez.
That just sounds depressing.
Like, Air Buddies is already bad enough because it's direct to video, so you know that's where the best movies go.
Yeah, right.
You bought Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance? Which version? PS2 or Xbox? Because the Xbox version of Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance is currently the only thing missing from my Metal Gear Solid collection. I'm not saying like, oh, I want to buy it off you. I'm just like, a lot of people don't know there was an Xbox version.
PS2? Okay.
PS2, yeah, that makes sense. It's the better version to play. It's, I would argue the best version to play, even more than the HD remaster, just because the HD remaster doesn't include the skateboarding minigame. We still, even with the Master Collection versions, we still have yet to have a perfect HD re-release of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 because they're still missing content.
That's always fun.
Well, Metal Gear Solid 3's HD remaster missing the Ape Escape content at least makes sense because Sony's not going to put Ape Escape stuff on Xbox or Switch.
Yeah.
More specifically, Xbox. They don't seem to give a shit about Switch. But I mean, it's funny. They're like, oh, we can't put the Ape Escape theme minigame on competing platforms because that's our IP that we do nothing with.
Yeah.
But also, just inexplicably, it also doesn't include the Nightmare minigame. Like, there's no reason why they couldn't include it. They just don't include it.
Oh, Tony Hawk's skin, nice.
It's technically not a Tony Hawk skin. It's a snippet from a Tony Hawk competitor that Konami tried to make called Pro Evolution Skateboarding.
Oh, I remember that.
Which was basically Tony Hawk, but instead of playing as real-life skateboarders, you're playing as different Konami characters. Including, obviously, Snake and Raiden, but also Simon Belmont. It was sort of a spin-off of their Pro Evolution Soccer series, which is like their competitor to FIFA.
Yeah.
But no one gives a shit about it. Because, you know, since it's not FIFA, it doesn't have the rights to any real-world teams.
Yeah.
And also, apparently, the latest Pro Evolution Soccer game, which they just called, like, eSoccer or eFootball or something like that, is apparently one of the worst games ever made. So, you know, Konami stays winning.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I can think of that came out of their Evolution skateboarding game, other than the Metal Gear Solid skateboarding minigame, is they did a Disney-themed reskin of it called Disney Evolution Skateboarding. And it's often considered one of the worst Disney sports games ever made. Because it looks like Tony Hawk, sure as fuck doesn't play like Tony Hawk. And funnily enough, they would later make another Disney skateboarding game that just licensed the Tony Hawk engine.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Caddy do a video on it?
Yes, he covered both of them in the same video about skateboarding games.
Okay, that was going crazy for a minute.
Like, one of the things that makes the Disney Konami skateboarding game annoying is that you have an announcer that never shuts the fuck up. And tries to sound like totally radical while also sounding very lame. I didn't even discover that first through Caddy. I discovered that first through Gilly the Kid. Because he was covering, like, I think it was just a video on bad Disney games. And the only thing I remember other than, like, him pointing out how annoying the announcer was, because I haven't watched Gilly the Kid in a while. Not for, like, not liking his content. Just haven't gotten around to it. Like, he says, of course I chose to play as Goofy, because memes.
Yep.
Feels like Konami is like Capcom when it comes to porting old games and remakes of games or remasters and collaborations of franchises too. Yeah, except Capcom actually still makes new games, whereas Konami is just now starting to make games again.
They forgot how to make games.
Like, genuinely, for the past decade or so, they pulled out of the gaming scene so they could focus on gambling machines and mobile titles.
Of course, Pachinko was where it's at.
That's part of the reason why they fired Hideo Kojima, was because they didn't want to make AAA games anymore. They thought it wasn't lucrative enough.
Yeah, jeez.
So what you're telling me is...
Wait, so we just confirmed that ghosts can contact you through radios. And that okay, bomb-toting roosters, as if that's a normal thing. So we gotta kill 50 chickens so we can make gumbo for a ghost. I love these mini games because they're the most nonsensical shit, but they portray it as like, the way they describe it is like, ah, yes, that makes sense. That's totally normal. This is an average thing that happens in the world of Sly Cooper. Like earlier, we were running over piranhas to extract oil from them to power our flamethrowers so we could light tiki torches to break down a barrier. You know, that common everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
Oh, and that
I just can't wait until we get to Sly 3 because it has one of the best lines of dialogue in the entire series during the insult match with Mugshot when you're playing as Bentley. Which, spoilers for it, it's like, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And then he just stays quiet when Mugshot starts taunting him. Then he's like, what, you got nothing to say? Oh, I see. You got nothing nice to say. So you're not gonna say anything at all. And Bentley just keeps staying quiet. You really got nothing nice to say about me? That's cold, man. These fucking roosters. Oh, I didn't die that time. These damn cocks keep exploding all over me. And not in the fun way.
If your cock is red, see a doctor about it. Especially if it's carrying bombs.
I guess me consistently running into these roosters and getting exploded is what I get for getting too cocky. There we go. We killed all the chickens so the ghost can make his gumbo. So we can get the key.
Dragon's Lair, Metal Slug. In the arcades, I was always playing the beat 'em ups and fighting games and the racing games.
Carnival is one that I especially like, although it's best played with 2 players because it has a lot of cheap shots as if you play it as a single player game.
I was gonna say Turtles in Time and the Simpsons arcade game.
Once again, we gotta get you to Galloping Ghost.
Yep. Such an amazing game.
They don't have I don't think they have the Simpsons arcade game there. But my local arcade does.
Yes, arcades. I know the one in Right Bank has it.
I'm sure it'll work to launch you up into Ms. Ruby's Skull Temple.
Oh man. I also used to play a lot of pinball back in the day too. I'm pretty sure.
But
so
were
many
you
people
a
would be like, wait.
were you a deaf, dumb, and blind kid that sure plays a mean pinball?
I wasn't blind then, but yeah, I guess now. I don't know.
But you
you don't know
deaf.
you don't know the song Pinball Wizard, do you?
No.
Okay, so that reference just flew over your head.
I mean, it worked because I'm more than halfway there to blind, legally speaking.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Well, that just got depressing.
Legally blind, the best kind of blind.
Oh, Pong! I love Pong. You know what also was fun to play? The what game was it called?
Area 51 was a good one. I played that all the time at any arcade I went to as a kid. Okay, so
Time Splitters.
Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady.
okay, so how do you, given how the previous boss fights have gone, how do you think the Ms. Ruby fight's going to work?
I already know. So JKR.
How about a rhythm game?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And on the PS3 version, the audio and the video for the props are out of sync.
That's the way it's done.
See you in the next world, Slag Cooper.
Slag Cooper. Oh, that was a close one. Oh, it's a big glug of that kale.
Big glug of that good old spicy swamp water. the swamp juice, you know, I don't even know where I'm going with this. But yeah, out of all the Atari arcade games I've played, I've never played an actual Atari Pong machine. I think that's like one of the few retro, like really retro arcade games that Galloping Ghost doesn't have, funnily enough.
Updating their selection, so, and I haven't been there for a while. So
well, they update their selection about every time I come there.
Yeah.
Come there.
They also have, and I found this out, you know that Tattoo Assassins machine that they have there?
Vaguely, yeah.
That's the only one in existence.
Come back here.
Oh.
You can play Tattoo Assassins on MAME, but they have the only arcade unit of it.
Hydro Thunder and Arctic Thunder were my games.
I played a lot of Hydro Thunder. I never got to play Arctic Thunder. Although I heard one of the cool things about Arctic Thunder was, like, if they had one of the higher-end Arctic Thunder machines, they had, like, an AC system in there so it would blow cool air on you as you were playing.
the AMC near me had those machines.
If you repeat what I do,
But rice, chicken,
you'll dodge it just
chicken or
fine.
rice,
If not,
or rice, chicken,
you'll get set.
chicken or rice.
A little voodoo, Simon says.
A rice, chicken or rice.
Okay, meatwad.
The timing on this is very strict, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, hey. Parappa and boyfriend are gonna have a hard time with this this guy.
This is a catchy tune, though. Yeah, and that was my last life.
Well,
I got. But it is cool that they have a rhythm game boss that actually works well. I'd argue this one works better than the one in Brave Fencer Musashi.
I like the one in Brave Fencer Musashi, but then again, I don't know about the gameplay. I just like the tune that they used.
True. Why don't I have my servant Chumley score?
Oh yeah, I forgot, in Sly 1 you can't skip the cutscenes.
Oh, not much.
So you wouldn't know something hilarious?
Play with all my
If there's going to be a thunderstorm with strong winds and stuff, don't get high.
Well, I'll unleash my
I thought we was going to get a tornado.
magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get set.
A little voodoo, Simon says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
All right, let's try this again. We're gonna be here for a while, folks. Ah. The panicking will seem like a reprieve after this. Agreed.
I always liked this boss for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because the worlds don't seem that interesting for me, and I find the boss more interesting than the level design.
Like, not to say that Sly Cooper is in any way a bad game, but the series really didn't find its identity until the second game.
Yeah. Bro, what if her and the elephant got together and made a song together?
Oh yeah, the elephant from Thieves in Time.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up, Ari.
There we go. One more hit left.
You got this.
Okay, that was tense.
Yeah. I think we're all holding our breath over here.
Holy shit. That is that's a nice reprieve right there. I welcome Rick Astley.
Replaces it with the Chrono Trigger one.
Yeah, I went over this earlier on stream. Some of you guys weren't here for it. If you go and listen to Robo's theme from Chrono Trigger, it's just never going to give you up in chiptune
Right on
form.
schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of Zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of 71, earned Ms. Ruby
Latin hottie bust big bad voodoo mama.
while the young man enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sun.
They knew what they were doing.
In preparation for our next caper.
They knew exactly what kind of fan base they were going to get with this game.
Travel plans to China have all been worked out.
Oh, he's playing paddleball.
You know why he's so good at it, right?
I'll stop soon.
Why?
The guy is keeping rhythm and everything. What do you think?
No, I refuse.
Probably been doing it for hours.
Okay, I'll stop soon.
It's Sucker Punch. What do you expect? And this was not long after Space Jam. Yeah, but that's implying that Space Jam was like the beginning of the furry fandom. It literally goes back decades, like back to great. Like it depends on what you define as a furry character, but down the rabbit hole, Frederick Knudsen has a good video on the history of the furry fandom and how it's intrinsically tied to both sci-fi and anime conventions.
So, Cloud got a,
Yeah,
the raid.
a Guide the Raid, which I'll go ahead and put in now. I'm getting ready to stop.
The paddle ball.
I can still hear him using the paddle board. Paddle ball.
That close your eyes. It just sounds worse.
I don't want
to. Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
You do it.
Oh, Alistair Owl playing the Elden Ring DLC. There we go. I believe this is the right person. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to my co-hosts for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, the buzz have caught us. We hope you like our show. I know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go. Do you always have to throw